Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the newly formed Ududuwa Nation.
Ẹ kú dédé wòyí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa káàkiri orígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé níbikíbi tẹ́ tí ń wò mí ní ọ̀sán yìí. Mo dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yín fún àfaradà tí ẹ ní pẹ̀lú mi pé láti bí ọjọ́ mélòó kan ẹ ò gbúrò ọmọ yín, àbúrò yín, ọ̀rẹ́ yín, èèyàn yín. Ṣùgbọ́n lágbára ọba aláwùrábí àtúntì débi àti máa ń dé, ìmọ́lẹ̀ dé, òkùnkùn paradà. Orí ìbé ni o, inter-reformers ló dé. Àwa máa reform gbogbo jágbajàgba jogo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yẹn. Nǹkan tá a fẹ́ reform yẹn o, Ọlọ́run ọba á dẹ̀ gbà fún wa pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn àwọn èèyàn wa, ẹ̀yin, ìwọ gangan tí mo wo yẹn ta ló ìwọ mo bá wí ọ̀rẹ́ tí ń wo bòmíì kí ló ń wẹ̀yìn fún? Àníwọ̀ yìí ìwọ gangan ìwọ mo bá wí ọ̀rẹ́ tí ló ń wẹ̀yìn kí ló ń wẹ̀yìn fún? Òun bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ ń wẹ̀yìn, ta ni mo fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ tí wàá ṣe wọ ọ̀rẹ́ mi? Ẹ kú dédé wòye gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùtúmùwà káàkiri orígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé. Mo kí yín káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò tòní, ètò tó máa kọ́ wa lọ́gbọ́n, ètò tó máa fa ẹni létí, ètò tó máa la ẹni lóye, ètò tó máa jẹ́ kí èèyàn mọ̀ wọn ara ẹni, ètò tó máa jẹ́ kí o rántí ọmọ ẹni tí ò ń ṣe. Eléyìí ó máa jẹ́ kí kíni ìfàlétí, ó máa jẹ́ kó rántí ọmọ ẹni tó ń ṣe. Mo kí yín gbogbo ẹ̀yin ẹ̀ wa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi fi kíní ọ̀hún ránṣẹ́ kó dé ìgbà, kó dé ìgboro, kó dé oko, kó dé abúlé, kó lọ bá wọn ní ìlú ńlá, kó lọ bá wọn ní ìlú kékeré, kó lọ bá wọn ní ìlú kéréje gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mo ti fẹ́ kí a mọ̀ lénìí. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí máa ń ra nǹkan lọ́wọ́ wọn nítorí pé wọ́n decide láti jẹ́ onígbọ̀wọ́ ètò yìí. Fantastic people, the white people, but they decided to say they want to sponsor some of the things we do because out of curiosity they asked me, suddenly you just turn up and start buying all these t-shirts. What are you doing with them? I said I'm using it to fight an agitation. And they said, agitation? What kind of agitation? And I explained to them that this is what it is, and that is what it is, and that is what it is. So then I said, send us something. Let's see what you're doing with it. And I sent them like about 4 t-shirts, and they were shocked. When I mean shocked, they were truly shocked because they have not seen anything that creative before. And they said, what machine are you using? I said, Nigerian machines. And they asked me, what do you mean? I said, a machine made by the Oduduwans. So in the long run, they gave me an offer that I can't refuse. They gave me a new set of caps. 1 second, please, guys. Sorry to keep you waiting. You know, I always like to keep you waiting sometimes because I love you all. So they gave me this offer of this cap. I don't know if you can see it properly. So it's a face cap, and they gave it to me so cheap that I couldn't believe it. So, and being a true Omoluabi, I said to myself, all the savings on that cap, I'm going to pass it on to you guys. And you'll be shocked. How much is it? Everybody that buy anything from Heritage Television, any of our merchandise for Ududua, anybody that buy anything, even if it's £1 thing you buy, you're going to get this one for £2. £2, this cap. £2. Anything you buy, you're gonna get it for £2. If you don't want to buy anything and you just want the cap, you're gonna buy it for £5. And if you buy anything up to £50, everybody qualify for one of these for free. I want to make sure I tell you what is in on the horizon today. And today, I'm going to give 10 of this one out. 10 for free. And not just giving 10 out for free. The only thing you're paying for is the postage. You have to pay postage. Right? So, 10 of this cap for free tonight. If you're buying anything at all, you can buy it for £2. And if you buy anything over £50, you get this for free. So I'm going to leave this one to one side, and then we're going to continue our program. So tonight, I have a gentleman who has a full-loaded story to tell us. When I had this man's story, I couldn't do but think about myself and said, how many dreams has been shattered by that place called Nigeria? How many people have a lovely dreams and the lovely dream were killed by our ladies? How many people have a fantastic idea and the fantastic idea get put in a bin? Either by the leaders, by the system, or by one of us. So tonight, I have a gentleman with me. I'm not going to be too forward. Nítorí pé ẹnu ẹlẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ la máa ń jẹ́ kó pẹ́ ẹ̀dẹ́. Èdè Yorùbá kan nìyẹn. Ẹnu ẹlẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ la fi ń pẹ́ ẹ̀dẹ́. I think some people are sending me a message about a cap already. Which one are you talking about? The one I'm wearing or the one we're giving 10 out tonight? The one I'm wearing or the one we're giving 10 out tonight? But don't let us go to the baseball cap now. Let's go and talk about what we want to talk about for real. Because I want to go an hour with this gentleman tonight. But I'm going to bring him back because we can never finish a story in an hour. And the one I'm giving, okay, yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. I really, thank you. Thank you. Wow, my sister, thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Let's go and nip into, because that is someone sending me a WhatsApp message as well. Uncountable. What's uncountable? They gave me a promotion for 1,000 of this cap. 1,000. Because they said it will help me it will help. The other one, this one. That one, if you buy anything, you get it for £2. If you're not buying anything, you can buy the cap on its own for £5. And if you buy anything over £50, you get this one for free. And what I would do again, if you buy anything in multiples of 50s, for every 50, you get one. If you buy 100, you get two. If you buy 150, you get three. The reason I want to do that, I don't want anyone to miss out. So that is why I'm doing it that way. Okay, so let's go back to where we're coming from. And where we're coming from, ibi tá fi nbọ̀ ni pé mo ní arákùnrin kan ní ìjókòó ní ìkàlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú mi ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. Nǹkan tá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ni pé the dark side of our political leaders. And the reason I pick so much interest in this man's story is because of the way it is. So what I want to do emoja no sha eto ti no fila joba e sora yin o eyin mi. So please forget about the cap for now. Let's face Incotia. Someone else might just come and borrow the car I'm here to borrow. If you don't let me talk about the car I want to borrow now, right? Okay, thank you. So let's go there quickly. Sorry, I haven't actually shared. I'm just gonna go back and share this quickly, because if I don't share, it's not good. Even though I don't have a lot of interest in Facebook anymore. And someone sent me something that a Nigerian did today, an equivalent of Facebook. It's called Yoruba. So that might be something we might want to have a look at later on. I'll probably show it to you guys later on if I have the time. So let's go back to it. Let's go back there. So I have a gentleman here. The gentleman, I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Is someone who has a very mighty dream that will have revolutionized medical treatment in Location 9. But because of what Location 9 is like, where did I share that thing to? Because I can't find it here. Can you find the broadcast anywhere, guys, in the studio? Can you find the broadcast on Facebook? Hello, studio? Okay. I don't know what's wrong with, like I told you, I don't like Facebook. But I can't see it on Facebook myself, so I'm just gonna go and have a look quickly and see whether it's there. If it's there, fine. If it's not there, I'm not bothered. I'm just gonna continue. Okay, it doesn't seem to be there though. But like I said, I don't care if it's not on Facebook. I don't care that much. As long as you guys can see it. That's a surprise. Sorry guys, I just want to make sure some people don't lose out. Okay, I'm just gonna go and dig on this one because I don't know what happens to it. I can't see it there, so I'm gonna stop it. Have a look at it quickly. And if I can see there, we're just going to continue. Yeah. It's there. It's just hiding. I don't know what they've done to it. Maybe they decide to hide it again like they always do things for me. Anyway, it doesn't bother me anymore, like I said to you. So what happened is that this gentleman has a very big dream that's supposed to do things differently. He wants to do things differently. But the dream killer in that country heel is trim. The mother is dim. I have the pleasure in introducing to you the gentleman I'm going to show you on the screen now, and he's going to mention his name by himself. Go ahead. You're welcome to the show, sir. Good evening, sir.
A good day, sir.
How you doing?
Thank you so much, viewers, for watching.
Thank you. Okay.
My name is Joby Adoye. Oh, okay.
Introduce yourself. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. My name is Joby Adeloye. Adejobi Adeloye. I'm a Nigerian-born Canadian permanent resident. I'm an experienced business consultant, project manager. I'm a public health specialist. I'm a doctor, and a mobile app developer who is also a licensed first aid CPR instructor and a patient transfer business owner. And I have more than 20 years of EMS and non-EMS field experience, training, education in Canada, in Macau, and in Nigeria. And these are the things that I'm trying to that I look forward to adding value with respect to emergency response, with respect to business, with respect to entrepreneurship development, with respect to job creation. These are the cardinal fundamental needs of the average African man, with respect to his health. So just imagine that you're wherever in the world, you still have elderly people that you want to take care of. You still have loved ones that you want to take care of. But at times you want them to have care, but they don't have access to that care. So that gap of access is the cardinal point that we've been trying to do by creating the word mobile medical service. Using the word, when you hear the word mobile, meaning we use mobile technology, and then we also move. We're on wheels. Instead of you conventionally going to the hospital or going to the clinic to go see someone or going to see a doctor, we also can bring the hospital or the clinic to you, where you can access such service. So that's the combination that we have been doing for years through the usage of mobile apps, mobile technology, and using ambulances and caravans to provide healthcare to the average elderly, to the average vulnerable, to the average pregnant mother, and to the average African, or to the average person that needs it. So that's one of the things that we're doing, and we tried replicating in Nigeria. We tried replicating in other parts of Africa, and we were successful in 2. But in Nigeria, where I come from, unfortunately, I've not still been able to, and the funny thing is, the barriers is being done by people that are from the same southwest part of Nigeria. So I can, if you want me to continue talking, I can continue talking. Well, for an introduction,
I don't want you to
that's the basic
at the moment.
Okay, yeah,
what I want to
that's
do
why.
Is I want you to start from a little bit of background story about your experience. You decide to leave Canada, you went to Nigeria to go and establish a PPP, maybe I call it PPP, maybe you call it something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the reason I call it
talk
PPP,
with that.
Yeah. You took a caravan to Nigeria. It's a very long bus. When you were talking to me earlier on, I thought you were talking about one of those bed and kitchen caravan. I didn't know it's like an Inobus caravan that can take so many things. It's like a doctor's surgery, the one we normally see in England or in many parts of the world. That's what you took to Nigeria.
Exactly.
Tell us a story surrounding that caravan, You took it to Nigeria. What happened to it? And give us a very good background, because we want to actually exploit this dark side of our political leader. Keep in mind, don't mention anybody's name at the moment. You can just say a politician or a government official or whatever, because we're gonna keep that till next time when we meet again. So
okay, fine. I'll do that. Now, about 2015, we had a visit from someone that was aspiring to be to come into government from 2015. So he's currently the number two. Well, we all know the current number two in the country right now, and it's he came to Baltimore, and he was trying to he had a meeting at different churches, and then also at the town hall in Baltimore. And one of the things that he said there was that Nigerians in diaspora should come replicate what they were doing, the wonderful projects, the innovations, the ideas that were already validated, that were already working, to come replicate such in Nigeria. And I was really excited. I was so expectant, which was more, I was expectant more for exploratory platforms rather than monetary. All we needed was like the enabling environment, which we were promised, to come try out certain things that we're doing in US and in Canada. And then, the mindset at that time, we were already looking at platforms of using drones, using ambulances. EMS works here perfectly. So for EMS, that's emergency medical services. Well, we were also considering non-emergency medical services, for appointments, for people that just want to get to see the doctor or get to see people virtually. And we were eager to quickly replicate it and replicate such in Nigeria. So by the time we got there, we had a challenge. Moving the first part, when I was talking about mobile technology, when I was talking about Doctors on Call health support initiative, and talking about mobile technology, it was easy moving the mobile technology. After all that is all about servers, about phone apps, and about computers and the likes. But now moving the mobile units, mobile equipment, we had staff that were already training on safety, on emergency response, on first aid, life support. I was still doing that up till last year for different other organizations in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. So getting that into Nigeria was a problem. I was told that we would need Form M to bring in our vans into Nigeria, which we did not have. And then later on, we were offered by another person that except if we are willing to buy back the vans, or from someone that has bought it, or from someone that, because apparently certain vehicles are brought in through so many ways, but we couldn't bring in our van because it was a specialized kind of vehicle. I'm like, well, people bring in trains, people bring in vans, and then they just let me know that if I had to bring that, it was going to take like months or take years for me to be able to clear it, for me to be able to get it to use. So that was when someone now introduced me to a politician in my state of origin. And I wouldn't want to mention the name, but you see, apparently he had, that was what I was told, that he had a caravan very similar right in front of his house, and that was open for sale, or that he was willing to sell. And we were like, well, fine. We had been operating a non-profit, a non-governmental organization for about 2 years prior to that time. And we looked at it that if we're not going to get such as a donation, if we're not going to get our donated vehicles to get in, the third option will be to either get to buy the vehicles at some token or at some discounted costs, and that we were willing to do. So when we got to this man's house, he asked us to pay some money, and then by the time he didn't give us the pricing the first day, but so by the time we sat down with him, he asked us to pay
about the money.
He asked us to pay 1 million. He asked us to pay 1 million naira, and at that time we just we were just trying to gather funds. You know how it is when you're trying to start up a non-profit, and where you are the primary funder. You're not getting any support from anybody from anywhere. So that night we raised 500,000, and we paid him 500,000 that night. The agreement was that we're going to pay him 500,000 and take the van, and then pay him the balance after we had fixed the van, because the van was, the van needed, we noticed that the van that we were going to buy needed some repairs. It had been parked there for a while, and the way these kind of caravans are built, they're built for environments that, just to probably keep out the cold, rather than keeping out the heat. It's meant to keep out the cold, rather than you having it being built with what is being used in building a car, a typical car. It's what you find there is it's being built with very delicate material. So the roof and the top needed sealing, needed a total change, which we did with another 250,000. We did a rebranding, and then we just started out doing our initiatives. So we were using it. We used it for a couple of months, about 8 months, wherein we took it to Kano for some projects, for some non-governmental projects. We took it to Gombe. We took it to different we've worked in different parts of the north, including Chibok. Though we did not take the van to Chibok, we took it to different areas of the country, south, west, and the north, majorly, to cater for underserved and underprivileged communities, and bringing healthcare to their doorsteps. At a point, he called and asked and sent his ADC. His ADC happened to be someone that is also in the police force, but that person was actually his brother. And he said he needed the van, that he wanted to use the van for political reasons. Someone had already given us a hint that he wanted to go in for some governorship campaign. He had always been a politician. And in my mind, I'm like, we've paid, it's, asking and now still laying claim to the van will be like, it will be like a total bully, like you sold something to me, and then the next thing is you want it back because you have need for it. And then the next thing we saw was we saw about 9 mobile policemen in my office, and the simple note, because I still saw one of the mobile policemen that just came quietly and just said, Oga needs the van. See, I'm sorry, but he needs the van, and there's really nothing you can do. He just wants the van. And then I'd just for security reasons, I'd been told, I'd been warned, I'd gone through all sorts of training such that if you're kidnapped, or if you're dealing with a terrorist, or if you're dealing with a bully, or you rank your safety first. So anything that person wants, even if it's money, even if it's anything, just hand it over. If the person knows where your safe is, hand over the keys. Let the person have so that you can have your freedom, and um you can continue with your life. It was a big blow to me, because one, it if it were in another country, fine, you may say you want to sue, or you want to that the person is harassing you, or the person is bullying you, or the person is that's just not a fair deal, because I have I have documents of payment, I have documents of the agreement, I have documents of the papers, so rightfully, the van, it's just like as if you're trying to cripple what we're trying to do. Later, I heard, because we tried several times to reach him, and we met, okay, I'm not going to mention names, we met so many, because at that time he had become a political advisor to somebody at the top. He had some power, and getting to talk with him and discuss what is really the problem was just not forthcoming. Later, he told one of my uncles that it's possible that we are using the van to do campaign for the opposition. I'm not a politician. We have some policies that we adhere to in our non-profit, such that we treat everybody that we meet. If we're going somewhere because we want to render healthcare service, we go there with a mindset of it's a voluntary service, and it's also a neutral service. He was coming in from a political angle, and he probably now all of a sudden started to see the organization as a partisan organization, or as taking sides with some political party. I'm not in APC or PDP. I am just a technocrat trying to provide healthcare service to the community. It was it the what's really painful is where that that bridge, or that barrier, is now being caused by somebody that is from your state.
Can I put you on hold there for a second?
I'm from Ekiti State.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Can I put you on hold there for a second?
Yes,
the reason I want to put you on hold there for a second is that it's a good thing that we've been able to analyze things to our audience a little bit. But we've been talking, but I've kept some information away from them for some time, because I want to see how curious they are. And I've managed to grab their attention, because our people now, we want to hear the story. To buy your story ni affect border bag our joke on it. Right? When they do oh, my uncle is there as well. Adeni Yadibanjo, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening with keen interest. I know this one will interest you a lot, Brani. But let me actually show you what we're talking about. Why I call that country a dream killer. This is the man's van. We have record of payment for this van. because the roof is nowhere to be found. The engine has gone kaput. So many things is wrong with the van. So that is what is happening. Uncle, I'm on a show. If you want to talk, if you want to get involved, I might have to call you back later on. We're not taking calls now. But if you want to talk and get involved, you can send me a message and then I'll call you back. Okay, so that is the van. That is when they rebranded the van. They have actually rebranded the van here. So I have more pictures. That is still the van again, right? That is the van. That is the back. Nova Dock. How can you be using a van like this for an hospital, and because you are the one that sold this van to this gentleman, you decided you want it back? Back for what? When you pack it, it wasn't working. You sold it as in they fix it, they pay you, they fix it, and then you want the van back. And when you want the van back, you send military police to this person to go and get it back. That is uncalled for. That is totally out of order. I can tell you that now. But this is what this man faces when he was trying to do this. And all this nonsense starts in 2015 or thereafter. So, the situation of things is that you cannot sell an item to somebody and then because you find a need for it, you can either go back and rebuy it from the person if the person is willing to sell it back to you. But that is not what happened. They send an aid, first of all, and then they send some military police to go and get it back. That is totally uncalled for. We're still going to reveal names, but we're not going to call names this time around. So what I wanted to do is to go back to doctor and said, what gave you an idea in the first case that give you the inspiration that this is going to work in Nigeria? What gave you that impression?
I lost my dad in 2013, and I think he had a cardiac arrest. Apparently, he had a cardiac arrest in Ekiti State, and there was nobody around that could provide first aid, that could provide initial care, that could help him out. Many, and he passed. Guys, at that time, I'd already been doing certain projects for the UN and doing in other parts of the world. And someone called me one day and he said it in Yoruba. I'm going to say it in Yoruba. He said, "Kidlo she on she first aid on she gbogbo efori olori or otile." That struck a chord in a way, and and that just made it like, okay, even if I'm thinking of expanding, or if I'm thinking of providing certain forms of healthcare, or bringing or trying out certain forms of innovation, it will be a cool idea to run it and start it from home, or started from where you grew up, or started from your roots, such that the African community, or the people around me, or the elderly can also access this form of care. Many people that are old, or which we all plan to be someday, are on managed care, meaning they're either suffering from some or managing some ailments, diabetes or high blood pressure, or name it, some managed care that the person has to be taking certain medication daily, or on a regular basis. And at times, because these people are are growing old, the older they become, the more susceptible they are to things like Alzheimer's or things that may make them forget how to or when to take their prescription.
Dementia.
The more they are, yes, or dementia, and then the more they are susceptible to, you may be in UK, you may be in US and be sending money to your parents. How sure are you that it's not somebody that is getting the money? Because apparently once somebody else is getting the money or is aware that that money is coming, it could be that person that is spending the money, and the care is not being given. So we looked at that gap. That gap was so, as in, so there are certain forms of healthcare that you have access to in Europe or in Canada or in Nigeria, in US, that you can't get in Nigeria. And then the average person, obviously, that needs care would have gone to do some niche, some, try this out, because that is actually closer to the individual than going to the actual hospital, because they feel hospitals are just at times could be unreachable. They see them there. For you want to see a specialist, you have to book, you have to come to another clinic. Why not bring this clinic in a form of mobile version? And so that was one of the things that made me go into that form of specialty that would help. Even the lady, my first app was working with GPRS model, whereby somebody with a touchlight phone can use the same app by just long pressing a particular number, and it will send a text to us. I need help. Now, when it sends that text to us, we know where you are, because it will pick the first pole, the first signal pole. That's the pole closest to you, and the last signal pole, which is us. So we already know, we're already at the receiver part. Once we drop it on our servers or on our technology, we already know where you are with your touchlight phone. So that way we can come see you. But now that first app had its limitations. One, because it was just a one-way traffic. We would need to call you. What if the person is not talking? Here in UK, in US, in Canada, we have things called bracelets. We have medical bracelets. We have medical trackers. In Nigeria, doesn't work. So we had to put all that into the structure of what we wanted to deploy for our elderly, for our vulnerable, and use it first in the rural communities. Quite a number of guys at times, they've called me all sorts of names before. I'm not typically an Ajebo doctor. I enjoy rural practice. I enjoy, because that's where most of the people that really need these services are.
Can I say something? Can I break you up there a little bit? You said you are not a typical Ajibota, but it was very difficult for you to speak Yoruba. That daddy and mommy was actually fighting. You said, don't speak English to him, don't speak English to him, speak Yoruba. And you said you're not Ajibota.
Mo le sọ Yorùbá dáadáa, mo gbọ́ Yorùbá, mo dẹ̀ lè sọ Yorùbá dáadáa. Nítorí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe béèrè, òun ni mo ṣe béèrè ní òyìnbó, mo dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní òyìnbó, especially don't worry, for our non-Yoruba speaking viewers, I can interpret what I've just said, but
don't worry, continue in English for now. Continue in English for now, because it's a two-part series. The first part is today. So the reason I don't want to name and shame here, because people are saying we need to name and shame. Yes, no matter what we do, we're gonna name and shame. But we want to build the story very well so that people will understand what is going on. We don't want all the paper to pick this up tomorrow and start blasting it. We want to actually see it properly first before we blast it. So that is what we are trying to do. But if you look closely, some of you will know the name already anyway, because the gentleman doesn't know how to code his word very well. I have to say it's Ajibota, because if it's not Ajibota, he will code the word very well. Anyway, so now you have a shattered dream. And one painful thing is that when your father died and you realize, this is my job, I'm saving other people's life. Are you telling me there's no single person who knows CPR? Is that what you call it?
Defibrillators, I can count the number of defibrillators in Nigeria on my two hands. I can count the number of a defibrillator is also known as an AED. You know, it's something that is used as in stopping the electrical activity, and you know, so that the heart activity can start on its own when the heart stops in cardiac arrest. You know, it's a very, very portable needed equipment that it's not available in even in places that is available. You don't find people that are trained to use it. They don't know how to use it.
You're using yes, a big language. You're using a big vocabulary for our people who might not understand what you're talking about. What you are talking about is not two things you hold in your hand and you put into somebody's chest. Is that what you're talking about?
It's a recent version. You know, those two things is what we watch in the movies.
Okay.
Yes. What those two things eventually would do, you know,
is to shock the heart.
To actually shock. Yes, is to give a shock, an electrical shock to the heart.
Yeah.
But nowadays, the recent versions, you don't have to carry two things to shock somebody. All you need to do is to place certain pads in the right places and follow the prompts of the machine. It's called an automated external. Automated, that means it works automatically. It works, it does the thinking for you, and then it on its own, it automatically analyzes the heart rhythm, and then it will tell you, to advise you if there's a shock indicated. It will tell you to press a button, and once you press the button, the pads would give the shock. You know, those.
Can I say something, sir? Yeah. One of my brother has just said, like you know when you jump start a car.
Good. Exactly. Something very similar. Once now the analogy is this: once the heart stops working for so many reasons, you know, say the heart has stopped working because there has been some loss of blood, or there's been an accident, or there's been a heart problem, and the heart stops working. The brain, you know, because the heart is pumps blood and circulates blood to the brain and the other parts of the body. So once the brain now stops having the blood food or the blood supply, it starts to die. The cells will start to die between 4 to 6 4 to 6 minutes of not having
oxygen,
the food, which is the blood. Yes, because the blood cells carry oxygen to the brain. Now, once that is not there for 4 to 6 minutes, the cells in the brain will start to die. And once the cells now start to die, then that person is, the rate, the way the possibility of getting that person back to life, or to resuscitate the person, I don't want to use the word resuscitate, to bring the person back to life, it becomes slimmer, or becomes smaller. So usually once that happens, and emergencies usually would not come and knock your door and say, come, I'm an emergency, I'm going to happen tomorrow. It just happens at any time. Now when it happens, there should be a technology that can reach the healthcare provider, or reach trained personnel. That means there should be that technology. There should be the trained personnel, which we also had, and we're ready to train people. We're still training people on first aid and life support currently. And then there should be certain equipment that can be moved, that can be carried. In Canada, if anybody needs a defibrillator, or if anybody just has a cardiac arrest, or has a heart attack, and needs a defibrillator, there are more than just in Winnipeg alone, as in Canada, in different cities in Canada alone, you have, as in within 3 minutes or 2 minutes of walkable or trekkable distance or runnable distance, you will get at least 5 or 6 defibrillators. And different people working in different organizations by law are required to have certain forms of training, in first aid, CPR, AED, usually offered by St. John's Ambulance, or Canadian Red Cross, or American Red Cross, or British Red Cross. And these were the things that we were doing majorly, as part of our training activities in Nigeria. If you go to my profile, there are so many that we've done for the UN, for different organizations in Nigeria, and still counting. And those are the things that we wanted to deploy, that we just felt that was a needed gap to be filled for Africans, or for people that are close to you. You may be sending money, but what if you have, what if there's a program that you can actually reach your elderly? There was an elderly man, as in somebody from the southeast, that actually put and included our organization in his will. And this person, now in Nigeria, there's this thing that we see about people from the southeast, especially. This person had children, had grandchildren, and he still willed, for him to will a house to our organization. That means we took care of him in such a manner that really, really, really touched him. We deployed people to go to his house, as in the typical things that we find in US, in Canada, in UK, where you have people doing house calls or personal support worker. We had a team that were going on rotations to his house. He was living alone. His children, his children were not even living in Anambra, and we were providing that service. We provided it up till the time he passed. And so just imagine that the kind of that kind of scheme that was already promising, was going to provide jobs to more than 300 people, different states, and that's just for the pilot project. The main project was going to provide more jobs, and yet it's now being stifled by somebody that speaks your language, that is you know, technically speaking, one will say, oh, this person is your brother, or we are like, let's come and let's add value to this system. And yet somebody that is from your states, that is, probably now start seeing you as a threat. I'm not interested in his position or in the all I just want to do is to run my project and provide such value. Bí tó ń sọ pé kòkòrò tó wà inú ẹ̀fọ́ ló wà, that was just what was happening, and when such things now kept happening, I had nobody told us before we had to wind up, and do some succession planning. Though we still have certain structure, we still have some of our staff in Nigeria, but it's painful when some of the opposition or some of the challenges that you're facing is from people that you know. The dream is not dead. I'm running it fine here, and it's running well. It's running fine. And just once in a while, I just think about, whatever I'm doing here, Canada with the space, with the time zones that Canada has, like 5 to 6 time zones. The whole of Nigeria is just in one time zone. That means when it's 7 o'clock in Sokoto, is 7 o'clock in Akwa Ibom, is just in one time zone. So for me to say I'm managing something in 5 to 6, a place of 5 to 6 time zones, and doing it well, doing the trainings well, we and doing the real mobile tech. We have ambulances here. I have ambulances. My organization has ambulances. We do a lot of patient transport, patient transfers, and the booking is such that it works like Uber. Such that instead of a taxi coming to you, it's an ambulance, or it's some care, it's some instantly, and you can even see the estimated time of arrival. You are seeing the same way you see Uber or Bolt coming to you, or Lyft coming to you. You will be seeing the ambulance coming to you, and the people coming are trained personnel that will come and give you this, and give the service to the beneficiary, who can be your mom or your dad. These are things that we're doing in other countries that is just, it's painful. When you think about something and then you don't even have words to to say, that is the issue right now, for that to run in Nigeria.
Wow. That is the issue, for it to run in Nigeria. But the good thing is that it will not run in Nigeria, but I can assure you it will run in Oduduwa land when Oduduwa land emerged. Because these are some of the things we're putting in place to make sure that Oduduwa will be a model for so many other people, because the kind of things that we see, they will be so shocked. The kind of life, the kind of things that's going to be happening when Oduduwa Nation finally emerge, will be things that is just not, that is very, very unimaginable. On this note, I'm going to be calling it a day with you, because I want it to be a 2-part series, and it's actually been a 2-part series. We spent about an hour on this now. So tomorrow, we will come back again and blow the bomb. The dynamite is gonna be here tomorrow. So if you want to hear the real part of the story, please tune in from 8 o'clock UK time tomorrow, where we will not only tell you who is involved, we will give you every details, everything, every file, bank transactions, more photographs that happens, and we will expose this. We will expose this so that everybody can know the traitors among the Oduduwa children themselves. And I can assure you that tell somebody about this program tomorrow, because we will. Why didn't Doc tell the second in command this case? Okay. Don't worry. Tomorrow, Uncle. Don't be Edo, go take come here. What she might come here, but go take come here. So, yeah. So tomorrow is the time to actually wind this one up properly. So, on behalf of myself and all my viewers online tonight, and everybody that is working in the studio and sharing, and everybody who help in compiling the story together and get all the things together, and the legal part of it as well, because we went through some legal to make sure that there's not going to be legal wrangling later on, because I want to see Korokoro highs. I want to see, to make sure everything works well. We're supposed to start the program at 7 today, but because of the legal aspect, it has to get prolonged a little bit so that we can look at the nitty-gritty properly to make sure that everything is covered. We want to make sure that this is not a gimmick program. This is a real program, and this is what people want to know. Who is going to be the real traitor in our land? Thank you, Mr. Shitter. So I'm gonna let my guest go, and I will do my cap. How will I say it? Auctioning. So I will do my cap auctioning. Uncle, I want to say a very big thank you to you for joining. Your last word before you go, sir.
Thanks so much. Well, I want to say this. Whatever gold you have in your pocket is not valued as long as it is in your pocket. So gold in your pocket has to come out so that it can be exchanged for kind or cash. If your gold is a product, learn to bring it out so that people can value it and can buy it. If it's intellectual property, please teach somebody, pass it on. You know, there's power in continuity, and all that lies with you identifying your gold and knowing that you want to use your gold as a value. So pass your gold and make sure that it shines like a golden necklace. That's my.
Sorry, I will see you tomorrow, 7 o'clock UK time, where we will iron out all nitty-gritty. Thank you very much, sir. Hope to see you tomorrow, sir. Bye-bye, sir.
Bye.
So that is the story so far. The real bombshell is actually coming tomorrow. But I want to do, like I promised, I want to do this quickly. I've only got 10 minutes. If you want this cap, I'm giving out 10. And I'm going to earmark somebody that I don't know their name. Somebody that I don't know their name. Remember, you have to pay the postage yourself. The postage to UK is £4. And don't mind where they. No, I'll tell you what. The number is +44 734 1234 on WhatsApp. The number is +44 734 1234 Send me a message now. The first 10 that hit my inbox is the one that will get the cap for free. If you don't get it, I will still send you the information so you can still buy it yourself. If you are buying something up to £50 like the t-shirt I'm wearing today, let me just stand up a little bit. That's the new one because the Yoruba Nation is circular. So if you cannot get the cap for free, you can still get the cap by buying it yourself. Is either you buy it for £5 or you buy something up to £50, then you can get it for £2. No, anything you buy. If you buy £10, £15, if you buy a cap, you still get it. If you buy a cup, you get it for £2. So it might not be a good idea to just buy the cap. Buy anything and you can get the cap extra for £2, right? And on top of that, anything you buy that is £50, thank you very much. 210448, I've got your number. So your number one. So, and if you buy anything worth £50, you get it for free. So if you buy things in multiple of £50, you get the cap for free in multiples as well. So the first few, okay, that one, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 gone already. I got 6 left. Please don't leave a message in the chat. You're not gonna get a cap if you keep typing cap in the chat. If you type cap in the chat, you're not gonna get a knowledge not share is a useless knowledge. Great show. Thank you very much. So if you send message in the chat, you're not gonna get anything. You're gonna leave with nothing. You're gonna leave empty-handed. So don't leave empty-handed. So what we're doing is the first 10 people to send us cap, we will send you the details later on after the show, and then you can get the cap for free, but you have to pay your postage. To UK is £4. If you're buying it part of a deal, if you're buying anything else, you only pay 1 postage anyway. So if you're just buying the cap is £5, right? And what else do I need to say? I think that's it. So the first 10 people, I think I've only got 4 left. Is £4 per order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 4 left still. 4 left. I can't believe it. Someone has actually sent payment already. Don't send cap so many times. Just send cap. Just cap only. Just cap. Right? I got 2 left now. 2 caps left. 2 caps left now. Oh, I see. That's why Uncle was calling earlier on. Very clever. Very, very clever. I like that. I still got 2 caps going. I still got 2 caps. The number is +44 734 1234560. The same number. You're not sending a text message. It's a WhatsApp message. If you send a text message, it's not gonna come through because that number is not on online for normal call. So I will be ending the show here, and I hope to speak to you soon. I was actually going to increase the offer if I run out of the 10, but I don't think a lot of people want the free cap, so I've only got 8 people that's gonna get the free cap now. I know maybe later on. Kunle, you can't type cap on the show on the chat. You have to type it on WhatsApp. Send me a message on WhatsApp. +44 734 1234560. WhatsApp only. Okay, that is it. Abimiton, are you new? Abimiton, are you new? Is this your first time of watching the show? Because I haven't seen your name before. Okay. Okay, cap. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 1 left. 1 cap left. I got 1 cap. Just 1 cap left. It's not very convenient for people living abroad because you don't want to pay £8 to Europe for just the cap. I will send you the message later on anyway, so if that's what you want to do, The postage to Europe is £8. The postage to America is £15. It doesn't worth posting a cap, just one cap for £15 to America. Unless you buy in some other things as well, right? So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I still have 9 caps gone. 9 caps gone. 9 caps gone. That is the number. Oh, you're not new. Where are you based, Abimiton? Where are you based? Where are you based? Because I haven't welcomed you officially before. I'm so sorry, my brother or my sister. Where are you based? Abimiton, where are you based? Let me know where you're based. This man is very naughty. From Nigeria. How can we send a cap to Nigeria? That's not very viable. So I'm going to disqualify the guy in Nigeria. Because we can't send you cap in Nigeria. You're never going to get it. Unless there's a miracle. Comrade Abimita, I'm still waiting for where you have, from where you're based. London South is, okay, you got number 10. You got number 10. And on your one, I will pay the postage. Mr. Abimita, I will pay the postage for your car. Thank you very much. So please, Mr. Abimita, the number, you know the number, please just type your name, Abimita, to my WhatsApp number, and I will be sending them out tomorrow to you guys. On this note, I want to thank everyone who has been part of this show. I think I might have more than 10 now. So what I'll do, anybody that still want a cap, I will still send it out to them. It shouldn't be a problem. So Uncle, I've paid. My God, God bless you guys. So the rest, I will be sending you how to pay your postage, and then we take it from there. On behalf of everybody who has worked in the studio today, I want to say a very, very big thank you for being part of the show today. Tomorrow is another day where we will be telling you who has been tangled in this process. If you're in Nigeria, unless you have someone we can post it to in the UK, there's no point in sending cap. If you are anywhere in Africa, there's no point in sending your caps to Africa, because we will never get there. When we get Oduduwa Nation later on, rest assured that we will post things to you and it will get there. For at the moment, you know what your people are. Thank you very much, guys. On behalf of everybody in the studio, I want to thank you. This is a new design as well. The t-shirt is a new design. It's still like the old one, but the old one is Yoruba Nation on top of one another, but we managed to get it around in circle. Now, just to make it fashionable so that we can have different things and put the name in front of people. The more people that keep saying Oduduwa, Oduduwa, Yoruba, 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 it's like Coca-Cola, Rofa, the tea. That is what we're trying to do, and we will achieve it. Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation. I've seen somebody that they wear their t-shirt pink. Lady Pink. They just write Lady Pink. Everywhere they go, every dress they wear is Lady Pink. They will write Lady Pink on it. The lady lives in Broccoli. She's got so many piercings as well. Anyway, until tomorrow, when I come your way again with this gentleman, tomorrow I'm going to bring somebody to join him that will narrate his own story as well a little bit, because his own story, this new gentleman's story, is a little bit close to this man's story as well. I've got that message online while we're online. So I'll bring him in, maybe on phone. He will say his own, and then we take it from there. So until tomorrow, I want to say, don't have nightmare. Have a beautiful evening, and God bless you all. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the newly formed Ududuwa Nation.